With all that being said, I'm going to hand this over right now to Hadi Sonila, your host for the first show of the evening, Foreign Objects. Take it away, Hadi.
Hello, it's me, Harry. And I am the host of the Foreign Object Show, which is all about internationality and all about, why our countries are weird and funny. And I'm going to talk about Finland, but I'll just introduce myself a little bit first. My name is Harri. I am indeed from Finland. I'm 42 years old, and I'm not the most social guy, as is appropriate for a Finnish guy, because that's kind of what we're known for: drinking too much and not talking to strangers. I'll make an exception on the not talking to strangers part, but I'm not gonna make an exception for the second part. You're not that special. Yeah, I'm 42 years old. I have noticed that the years, as they have accumulated, something else has been accumulating as well, and I didn't even really realize that was there until I started having sex with my shirt on, and I didn't even start having sex with my shirt on because I only somehow realized what a disgusting sacrifice my midsection is. I started having sex with my shirt on because I was specifically asked to by my mother-in-law. I decided to do something about it. Now I joined the gym. I don't belong there, but I pay for it every month. I don't have a lot of background in this physical exercise kind of business at all, because when I first paid my first membership period with my credit card, half an hour later my bank called me like, "Hey, is your card stolen?" So that'll tell you something about me. But yeah, Finland is the home of Kalsarikämmi. It's one of those viral words like that don't exist in other languages. Kalsarikämmi means getting drunk at home in your underwear with no intention of going out. So when the pandemic hit, we were like, yeah, okay, we've been preparing for this. My wife, who is Brazilian, her drinking culture is very, very different. Like, for example, when she gets a little too drunk, when she had too much to drink, she'll stop drinking. Like, I didn't know that was allowed. That's insane. But it'll tell you something about the Finnish drinking culture. When I was a teenager watching all of those American movies where somebody always robs a liquor store, I think it took me like a couple of years to figure out they're actually robbing them for money. Oh, that was weird. The fakest laugh I've ever heard. But I don't know if you remember in E.T., the movie. There's that scene where E.T. goes to the fridge and he finds beer, and then he drinks all the beer out of the fridge, and then he's all drunk, and it's kind of cute and funny, which I think is super unfair, because when I do that, I have a problem and I need help and can't go to that Kmart anymore, even though I told them I want to phone home. Another movie that I saw, they said there are no problems in life. Every problem is just an opportunity. And personally, I think I have quite a major alcohol opportunity. And there's a tram stop outside of my place, and one time I went out and there was this old guy just lying there on the ground at the tram stop, like this, having some kind of a seizure. And as I started walking past him, like a good Helsinki person does, he reached out his hand and he called out to me, "Get some help! Get some help!" And I stopped. I looked at him. I took a big swig of my hangover vodka and I told him, "Fuck you! I can quit whenever I want to." But of course, it's just a stereotype. Not all Finnish people are like me. I have some friends who are, the kind of guys who will have 2 beers and then they're like, "Oh, I should stop drinking now. I'm starting to get drunk." Like, fuck you. That's what you drink for. Like, that's why you do it, and that's why in life you gotta have commitment. You gotta have follow through. You don't stop when you're starting. And that's why I think the man who was a little while ago, there was a man pissing against the side of my building, against the wall of my building. And I think that man is a hero because he wasn't against the wall like you're thinking, like this. No, he was pissing against the wall like this. See, there's a man with commitment. There's a man with follow through. He didn't stop when he was starting. And I'm not going to lie to you, it was me. That's it from me. I'm going to pass on the microphone to the first comedian who is hosting the show. Put your hands together for, he comes from Scotland, the lovely Ray Zambino.
Woo! Hello. Hi. Yes, my name is Ray Zambino. Hello. Some of you might actually recognize me. Yeah, from every religious painting. No. I'm back and I'm watching. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm the youngest of three. There's me, my mum, and my dad. And when I was younger, my mum would always say to me, "When you grow up, you're going to be just like your dad," and she was right. So I left her and moved country.
That's funny.
I went to the, thank you. I tried. I went to the library. I went to the library recently, and I said to the woman, excuse me, do you have a book about how to commit suicide? And she said, no, I'm sorry. The last guy never returned it. But like Harry said, I am from Scotland. I am Scottish, but I actually live in Finland, and there's a lot of things in Finland that Scotland doesn't have. Actually, do you know what? Since this is because there's a lot of things that America has that Scotland doesn't have. Like, for example, beautiful women. And of course, the most important thing, which is freedom and independence from England. I've been led to understand that's a big thing in America. We'll get there eventually. If you want to just send Scotland a lot of guns or just invade England for us, that would really help us out. But because I think Scotland should be independent, because it's really annoying. Because what do people know Scotland for? People know Scotland for things like Braveheart, which is a whole movie of a guy shouting freedom. And then in real life, we got a vote for that exact thing. And we went, yeah, no. Like, that's just a movie made by a drunk, racist, homophobic, anti-Semitic Australian man. And we're only like 4 of those things. We're not Australian. So I think Scotland should be independent. I do. I think Scotland should also be independent because currently Scotland has all of the United Kingdom's nuclear weapons. Yeah, so if Scotland becomes independent, I think we should just keep them. And then Scotland could become like the new North Korea. It could be like Kim Jong Un. I like living somewhere that's not Scotland. Basically, because like because women everywhere, girls and women everywhere, they love like Scottish guys and say, "Oh, we love Scottish guys." And you say, "Oh yeah, why do you love Scottish guys?" And the answer is always the same. It's always the accent. It's never the face. or the body. Just the accent, really. That's all we've got. Right? But seriously, when we're younger in Scotland, we're told that women everywhere love the Scottish accent, right? So when I was younger, I was actually in America. I was actually in Florida, and I seen this girl, and I thought, right, all I need to do is speak. I was young. I didn't quite understand, but by the time I got there, I thought I was going to be all cool, all smooth, sort of like a Ewan McGregor. But by the time I got there, I was less cool, smooth Ewan McGregor and more sort of a groundskeeper Willie from The Simpsons. So it was less like, oh, hello there, and more sort of like, grace me up, woman. And not as good. Right? It's not as good. But it worked. She was like, oh my God, your accent. I was like, what, is it hot? Is it cool? Is it sexy? And she said, no, you sound like Shrek. So I took her back to my swamp, and it was very good. But what's the time? Time is not very long in these festivals. But so before the national animal of Scotland, for anyone who doesn't know this already, but the national animal of Scotland is the unicorn. Yeah, because we just don't give a fuck. We just don't care, right? And I googled the reason that it is a unicorn, and it's a unicorn for like the dumbest, stupidest reasons imaginable. One reason is because in mythology, right, a unicorn cannot be captured, held down, or ruled over. That one didn't work out so well for us. But the other reason, right, is because England, right, England's national animal is, of course, the lion. And again, in mythology, the number one enemy of the lion is, of course, the unicorn, which means that we picked our actual official national animal as a way of a whole country basically going. Which is probably the reason that we're not independent. Like we just can't be trusted with stuff. Just don't do it. But before I go, I have 30 seconds. Before I go, I'm going to tell you a dark secret about Scotland, right? And that is there are no Scottish women. Scottish women don't exist. That's actually the reason the kilt was invented. Yeah. Actually, do you know what? I was doing a gig once up in the far north, dark parts of Finland, and I said, "Oh, there's no Scottish women." I said, "Oh, can anyone name any Scottish women?" And there was this drunk old Finnish guy up the back, and he was like, "Yes, Sean Connery." That's it for me. Thank you. Goodbye.
Woo!
Ray Zambino, everybody. And let's move straight on. George Zacks is here. He's having some problems with his phone, so let's hope it works. But give it up for George Zacks from Greece.
Yeah.
Yorgos Akopoulos, Hippopotamus.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
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 Hello. It is 1 a.m. here, and I've been drinking all day. So what I'm going to do is 5 minutes and then get off. Is that okay?
Yeah, go for it.
I am really. Anybody watching this?
Yes.
Oh my God.
But listen, guys, if I'm not funny, just remember, I've just filmed for BBC, so I am fucking good. But I have been drinking since 2 p.m. 2:30 p.m. 2:30 p.m. So I am fucked. So let's go.
You're killing it.
I will get it. Chop. I'm ready for this. So, all right, let's go. Is anybody watching? Is there any audience? What's the audience in?
If there was, not anymore.
Was there any audience?
This is 5 minutes of you babbling. If there was an audience, they'd be fucked off now.
I'm about to do a bit. That's fucking killer. But
Do your set for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ.
I'm not even starting. I need to know what's the attendance. Do we have people in? Is it just comedians?
There's a few people, and I think some people are watching on the stream.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing, guys? My name is George.
Oh, what the fuck?
I'm from Greece. That's how I started comedy, guys. Listen, okay, I'm gonna tell you a bit. It's like a lovely little story. We'll all feel like connected, and then I'll just get off, and you'll be like, "This guy he did something. Was he funny? Who the fuck is it?" We'll find out, right? But he'll be like, he turned up, and the participation is what matters in Europe anyway. In America, it's the winner. I don't know. I'm talking shit. Let's go. Hello, everybody. Can you see me? I'm already looking at this guy. Who's he? Kevin. Kevin J. How's it going, Kevin? Doesn't matter. I'm going.
All right.
What?
That was perfect.
He's
That,
gone.
that was like,
Can you see
that
me?
was
I'm
amazing.
Here.
That was art. That was
Audience.
art.
This is not art, but it's 1 a.m. Who cares? It's 4:20. Right. Audience, if you want to upgrade your life, I don't know how to go in the bit. So let's pretend I've never said anything I've said. So, audience, if you want to upgrade your life, get a dishwasher. It's funny, right? So, because, oh my God, I can't do this. I'm too drunk for this. Let's go. I'm going to do this anyway. I recently got a dishwasher. And it's really made my life better because washing dishes is the worst job in the house, right? There's nothing worse. Oh my God, am I frozen? This is the worst bit. Can you see me?
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Washing dishes.
Who gets drunk and then becomes gay? How did that happen? This is the most gay version
Oh,
of George
wow.
I've ever seen.
Talking about washing dishes.
George, you wasted all your time talking about how you're about to start. You have less than a minute left.
This
Oh
is
my
crazy.
God.
Like, honestly, I wasn't prepared to do comedy. And the fact that I have 50 seconds really takes me off the hook. Very happy about that.
All right, George Jacks, everybody. that was very professional. As you guys can
I'll
see,
do
I run a
something
tight
I've
ship
never done
here.
before in my life.
Um,
I'm going to run under my time. Normally I go over, but tonight, no.
yeah, okay. As long as you stop.
Really enjoy this. Very much fun. I'm never
Oh my
drinking
God.
again in the comedy. And say hi to the
yeah.
audience. Harry, good fun. See you later.
Yeah,
Oh my
thank you.
God,
Thank
I
you
am
for
drunk.
being here.
Bye-bye.
Next up, we have from New York, we have Ralph Anthony. Let's give it up for Ralph.
Yay.
Oh my God. Listen, I can tell you guys one joke and I know that that's going to be better than what's going on right now. Holy shit. Jesus. Oh my God. I was like, am I high or autistic? Like, I have no idea what's going on right now. This is terrible. Oh boy. Jesus. I'm from the other Greece, also known as Astoria, New York. Yes.
Queens.
There we go, baby. Hell yeah. Oh, I fucking love it. Oh, this is great. I'm so happy. Everybody's got their nice backgrounds. I got my manifesto on the fucking wall back here. This is great. Oh boy. Yeah. That's what everybody thinks. That's what everybody thinks. As soon as I log on to any show, they're like, oh, this checks out. White guy, basement apartment, writing on the wall. That's a fucking manifesto. That is a manifesto. Well, being that this is part of the 420 Cannabis Festival, let's talk about my favorite drug. Oh boy, I love weed, man. I fucking love weed. I grew up in a very pro-weed household. When I was 16 years old, my father told me, he said, hey, Ralph, I'd rather see you with a joint in your hand than a beer. And I was like, what? Officer? But what I didn't realize, though, was when I was 16, my dad was 46, and 46-year-old men just don't know where to buy weed. So it blows my mind. Like, here we are, it's 2021, and there are people still against smoking pot. They say crazy things, ridiculous things, things like weed is a gateway drug. Smoking weed leads to harder drugs. What? That's nonsense, man. Saying that smoking weed leads to harder drugs is like saying making out leads to anal. Because we all know smoking weed just leads to diabetes. Yeah, Kevin J. Hell yeah, right? Dude, who the fuck gets high and eats healthy food? What?
Yeah.
No one. That's strange. What? No one gets high and then does laps around the salad bar at Whole Foods. Oh, I'm smoking a joint with Tamara and then going down to the bodega to see if I could stuff a Twix in a Twinkie and then roll it in jelly beans. Oh man, I love weed. I love weed, but I can't keep up with the names. Like the names are just too out of control. All right, like it's weed. Okay, it doesn't need to be hyped up. It doesn't need a marketing team. It fucking sells itself. Apparently, some of you are like, no, we want the names. We love the names.
Yeah.
Oh man, they got so many crazy names. I can't keep up, man. They have weed that's called New York City Diesel. New York City Diesel. Like it's gritty. It's authentic. It'll smack you in the face if you stare at it for too long.
Yes.
They have weed that's called Strawberry Cough. Strawberry Cough. That doesn't sound like a strain of weed to me. That sounds like a redheaded stripper from Cincinnati with emphysema. And then they have weed that's called AK-47. And that's just a fan favorite of most white male high school students.
Oof.
Went there.
I did, Tommy. I did. That I did. Yes. Yes, let's be best friends. I will go there every single time. Yeah. And also, I don't have any kids, so I'm not the one to blame. I pull out. Oh man, do I fucking love weed? Oh Christ almighty, I love weed, but like I not only can I not keep up the names, but like I can't keep up with the strength. Okay, can we just agree that weed has gotten way too strong? Okay.
Mhm.
Oh God, if I get high now, I have to Ralph-proof my apartment. I have to Ralph-proof my apartment. All right. If I smoke one joint, I have to make sure I got my helmet on. I put on my knee pads, my elbow pads, fucking throw in a mouth guard just in case I fall. Feel like some of you wish I wore a mouth guard trying to do this set. Listen, you know that you're fucked up when you're sitting on the couch talking to your dog, and then you realize you've never owned a dog. Terrible, man. Too fucking strong. It's too goddamn strong. Listen, I'm in my 30s. You know how bad it is if you pull a muscle from coughing? You know how awkward it looks to your roommates and your girlfriend when you got to stretch and do calisthenics before you get high? Somebody breaks out a joint and I'm like, hold on 1 second. Let me just get ready. Okay. Let me just get ready. I'm going to do some squat thrusts, some jumping jacks. I'm going to limber up. I'm going to limber up for this smoke sesh. Oh, fuck. You guys like edibles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
I love one person's like, yeah, sure, marijuana man. Okay. Christ almighty. Oh, fuck. I love edibles, man. I have a love-hate relationship with them, but I love to eat them, but I hate the fact that I'll never know how strong they are. You know, I'll never know. Like, can they just give me an accurate fucking dosage? Please? Something? Like, yeah, okay. That Tootsie Roll says it's 25 milligrams, but is it really? Is it really, Ray Zambino? Could it be 225? Like, I don't know until it's too late. Eating a 25 milligram edible is like eating a slice of pizza. It's fun. It's delicious. It's a flavorful adventure. But eating a 225 milligram edible, oh, fuck. That's like eating an entire pizza pie. Yeah, sure. It tastes good, but you know in an hour you're going to be lying on your couch, looking up at your ceiling, analyzing every single decision you've made in your life. Like, I don't want to be handicapped by my highness. That doesn't sound like it's fun to me. In fact, I love all drugs. Listen, I'm an equal opportunity drug user and abuser, but it's hard to have sex on drugs. Like when I smoke weed and try to have sex, I get hungry. When I do coke and try to have sex, I can't get it up. But the hardest drug to have sex on is mushrooms, because when I eat mushrooms and try to have sex, my dick keeps floating away. All right, you guys have been great. I'm Ralph Anthony. Thank you so much.
Hey,
Hey.
everybody.
Thanks.
You really dug us out of the hole then, George left.
You're welcome.
All right, all right. Next up, we have from the UK, one of my favorite comedians, Rialina.
Hey, hello. Hello.
Oh.
Thanks all for having me. It's been so nice to be here because I've been locked down with my ex, and don't tell him, he doesn't know yet. So this is a blessed relief. I've also been locked down with my children, and I'm going to be honest with all of you. I did not have my children to see this much of them. I don't know if there's anyone with kids out there, but there's a reason I have a job, and it's so I can go away and come back again. So this has been a bit hellish. If I wanted to see this much of my kids, I'd be a housewife. I don't want a housewives out there to be like, hey, what's it to you? I'm like, no, I have utmost respect for housewives. You obviously do a lot of work and you get paid in pasta art. So that's your choice and you made that, but you know, oh honey, that was dinner. So okay, great. Well, I mean, I don't hate my kids, please, let's be clear. I don't hate them. If I hated them, I'd obviously have a much better job and they'd have a nanny. So let's just put it into perspective there. So this meant that I had to homeschool. I've been homeschooling for the past year. That's been fun. Although, as you can see from my face, I've got some race. My mother's actually Filipino, my father's German, so I don't just clean the house. Wow, I love how people aren't sure whether to laugh at that or not. Are we allowed to laugh at that? Does that come under the BLM umbrella? I'm not sure. I don't know where we are with all that. It means that actually I complained, but actually homeschooling was a breeze because I'm Asian. They're all done. I finished school with them. I don't know what takes white people so long. I mean, I was a little disappointed with my 11-year-old SAT results, but you know, we got into Harvard, so all good, all good. But I live in the UK. We're currently on our roadmap to freedom. I don't know if anyone's following the international news, but we're on a roadmap to freedom. I know some of you thinking, really, like Myanmar? No, but still, that's what we're calling it. We're on our roadmap, and our roadmap includes incredible milestones like sending our kids back to school. That was a wonderful day for me. It was March 8th. Anyone out there who's British knows that March 8th was the day that we got to kick our kids back to school. That's the day I started wearing clothes again, bathing. On Fridays, I now wear a bra because, you know, that's when the single dads do the school pickup. And we've been just slowly working our way through. We recently were allowed to go back to the pub again. That's a huge thing here, going to the pub. On May 17th, we're opening our hotels again. That's when I'm going to fuck a stranger. Boy, I can't wait. Give me all the diseases. Oh my God, I am so looking forward to just any disease with symptoms. I'm so sick of this asymptomatic shit. Give me something that itches or burns. You know what I mean? Like, I really want to know that I'm ill. It's just not this, well, you won't smell or taste for a week. No, I want to taste it, and it better taste cheesy. You know what I mean? Wow, I did not think I'd go this dirty, but here we go. There was an article recently that said it was pretty much 9 months after all this shit started. And they went, there wasn't a baby boom. There wasn't a pandemic baby boom. And I'm going, that was written by someone who doesn't understand long-term relationships. Nobody was told that they had to lock down 24/7 with their partner and went, let's make babies. Yes, let's, yeah. If anything, it's like, don't look at me, don't touch me, don't talk to me. And if you're lucky, I'll do a crossword with you on Sunday. Otherwise, leave me the fuck alone. You know, I'm saying, like, not only did nobody want new kids, they didn't want the kids they had. I mean, that's the truth of it. You know, never mind a Battersea dogs and cats home. Where's a Battersea boys and girls home? Let's find that. Let's give them away. I went shopping. We reopened our shop. So our stores, we reopened all of those. So I was able to go shopping, and I went to one of the big department stores because I needed some stuff. And this thing happened to me, and I'll run it by you. I was a bit worried because a lot of times people say to me, Rhea, you can't be racist, you know, because, you know, your face. And I'm going, that's not how racism works. But I was on the escalator going up, and it's quite a big department store. It's quite a long escalator, and they have a big sign at the bottom, and it says, please leave 2 meters between groups. And so I dutifully left that 2 meters between me and the person in front of me, got on. And as I'm traveling up, I realized, oh my God, there's some guy like standing on the step behind me, like right on the step behind me, didn't leave any distance whatsoever, which pissed me off. I'm like, what is this guy doing? Does he never heard there's a pandemic? But then I thought, you know what? There's plenty of space in front of me. I'll sort this out. I took a couple steps up. But as I turned around to give him that look, you know, the look of like, what the fuck, man? I realized, oh shit, the guy's black. Oh my God, the guy's black. Oh, he's going to think that I took a couple steps up because I thought he was going to rob me or something. He's going to think that I'm racist. Oh crap, what am I going to do? So I did the only thing I could, and I took a couple of steps back down again. And I put my ass back in his hand. Happen to the best of us. I'm excited. I'm gonna finish. I guess I'll finish on this. I'm excited to get my vaccine. Has anyone else? Has anyone had it? I don't know. Anyone vaccinated here? No, you're all in Europe. You're fucked. Okay, everyone in the room's in Europe. Oh wait, Addison, you've been vaccinated? You look way too young to be vaccinated. What? You must be ill or something. You must have something else wrong with you. You're too young. That's just not fair. I'm still waiting for my vaccine. I can't wait for my vaccine. Personally, I want the one with the microchip in it. I don't know why everyone's making a fuss. I mean, oh, Bill Gates is going to microchip us. I'm going, oh, come on. You're such a hypocrite. You know, if Apple released it, you'd all be lining up around the block for an eye vaccine. But no, because it's Microsoft. But I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be great. I mean, that thing updates itself every 3 months. It comes with a built-in spell check. You can pay for shit with your arm. I don't know why people are fussing. I want that. Give it to me now. Here in the UK, when we started vaccinating, we were like, where can we vaccinate? We'll vaccinate everywhere. We'll vaccinate in pubs. We're going to vaccinate. And I went, pubs, that's perfect. We'll vaccinate the entire country in a week. Huh? Just give out shots. Who wants a shot? You want a shot? Who wants a shot? What do you, wait, hang on, I'll ask. Do you have cocktails? They have the MMR. Is that what you mean? You know, just anyone passed out on the floor, just give them a shot up the butt. What happened last night, John? Do you know what? I have no idea, but suddenly I'm immune to polio. For any of our younger viewers, polio was like the COVID of the 50s.
Oh, that's great.
Over here, but genuinely, we're like whoring out this vaccine. We're even giving out places. This is where I want to get my vaccine. I want to get vaccinated at the Epsom race courses, right? Because if I'm lucky, I'm going to get ketamine, huh? Yeah. And if I'm unlucky, they'll put me down. But oh well, you know, that's the risk you take in a global pandemic. Folks, I'm Ria Lena. I'm going to hand you back to Hari. Thank you so much.
Ooh, Ria Lena, everybody. That was amazing. Now, where we would normally have a break, instead on this show we do the news. So give it up for Tommy Valamies.
Hey, hello, hi everyone. Hi, I'm Tommy. I'm from Finland, and I went to a therapist. And the therapist said that the key to successful mental health is to find joy in normal everyday things, the sort of things you would do every day anyway. And after realizing that, I have once again started to enjoy drinking. It is no longer a daily chore that I just put myself through, but instead I have found newfound joy in drinking. It's like the first time when I was a little kid. So that's good. But yeah, I do the news. I do jokes about the news, and here are some of the most important news in 2021. First up, Norway. The leading corona denialist in Norway has died of corona. This is completely true. And he was also an all-around skeptic, so he went from 5G to no G. Pretty fast. Yeah, the leading corona denialist in Norway has died of corona. So the cause of death is Alanis Morissette. The coroner had 10,000 spoons, and all he needed was a knife. Next up in news, Brazil. Brazil is making a statue of Jesus Christ that is even bigger than the one in Rio. It's 43 meters tall. Father, Son, and the Holy shit. That is tall. This project This is completely true. This project is organized by the Association of the Friends of Christ and opposed by the Association of the Friends of Judas. The statue has his arms stretched wide like this so that Jesus can welcome all people with his fishing story. Good fish. And now United States. Let's see what's happening in the United States. A Tesla car that crashed into a police car was in autopilot mode. How could this happen? It happened because the algorithm had not yet been taught about pigs. Which model was this Tesla car? It was Model Hero. The incident was reported by, oh wait, it just said snitches get stitches. Okay. Nobody was, in this particular incident, nobody was injured, although the Tesla car was choked for 9 minutes.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Went there. Yes, I went there. Now, in related news, this is from the United Kingdom. A police dog in the United Kingdom bit a cop in the ass. Because the police dogs are taught to attack the aggressor, and the cop was aggressively abusing a photographer. I did not know that the K in canine is for a comrade. Welcome to the revolution, Rolf. The dog was lost for a while, and it was hard for people to find it because the only description they had of the dog was very good boy. Back to the US, the United States Democrats are trying to get rid of the filibuster. Filibuster, I barely know her. That's my best joke. Rest is downhill. Oh, about the filibuster is a method for the minority to stop the majority from making changes in politics. Another such method is the US political system. So it's sort of related to the filibuster. How is this true? In the US Senate, the 50 Democratic senators represent 40 million more people than the 50 Republican senators. This difference in popularity is like if me and Harry go to a VIP party here in Finland. It's I say Harry, but the people there call him a +1. Also known as guest. Also, one more from the United States, Joe Biden. Guys know Joe Biden? Joe Biden has approved migrant detention centers for teenagers in the border. So it's true, people his age have no idea what teenagers want. You say PlayStation 5, I hear a concentration camp. Biden has also said that he has decided not to punish the Saudi Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, with sanctions. And the reason that he will not punish Mohammed bin Salman is that he is only a murderer, as opposed to something serious like a teenage migrant. There are levels to evil. Next up, Australia. There were flash floods in Australia, and they battered Australia's east coast, causing an entire house to just float away. There goes the neighborhood, literally. But what does a real estate agent say when they see an entire house float away? Location, location, location. My second best joke. Okay. Australia still. And Harry, how much time do I have? I want to do.
You have about 30 seconds.
Okay, an Australian Olympic medalist and his brother were found guilty of trying to smuggle 500 kilograms of cocaine. This guy not only is an Olympic silver medalist, he also came second in the war on drugs. 500 kilos of cocaine is the first ever time Australian Immigration Services said no to something white.
Oh.
Oh, went there. This guy's going down under for a long time. Thank you very much. I'm Tom Valamies.
Tommy Valamies, everybody. Jolie asked me to tell you, the people watching the live feed that there's another show starting at 6 Las Vegas time, obviously. It's the Blue Annex Joke Lab is starting right now, and if there's somebody here who joined the Zoom to go there, just go to the breakout room called that. And on this show, we are moving on and give it up for Tamer Katan.
What a show. Hey, if there's anybody that wants to leave, hey, right before Tamer comes on, if there's anybody that wants to leave or go to this other show, here's how you do it. It's so funny. I love when coincidences happen at comedy shows. And I really enjoyed Tommy's set. What was it called? The Noose? And it was a hangman. So funny because my friend hung himself last year. I loved your jokes, and then when the show is over, I'm gonna get to cry after I laugh. Thank you so much. I like the dark jokes. Can you guys? Is the timing? All right. So look, it's fun to be here. It's nice to see you guys. I feel like I'm on an episode of Mormon Brady Bunch. Look at all these squares with all these kids. I love that we're like still in a pandemic. Hundreds of thousands of people have died, and everyone here is like, I want to hear some jokes. I like that. I appreciate that attitude. It's like if we were all in the Titanic, you guys would be the ones going, hey, let's go listen to the band. I like that about you guys. Yeah, I'm an immigrant person, but now I live in Europe. I had to evacuate from America. I think I had enough. I had my fill. I did. I had enough of the racism. I think I maxed out. I had my racism max. I've had enough. We're like normal people are racist now. Like the postman's like, here's your fucking mail, terrorist. I'm like, okay, I've had enough now that it's that casual, and I don't understand it. Because on the front door of America, there's a Statue of Liberty, and it says, give us your tired, give us your poor, give us your huddled masses. On the front door of America, it says, immigrants welcome, and we're going to take care of you. And then you come there, and they treat you like shit. That's terrible. Being an immigrant in America is a lot like being Woody Allen's daughter. Because you're supposed to love me. But you keep fucking me. Pedophiles hate that joke. Yeah, it's been a crazy year, right? I'm glad it's 2021. 2020 was rough for everybody. I think the only person that thought 2020 was better than 2019 was Louis C.K. and one other guy. Those are the only people. I grew this mustache. Pandemic changed me, you guys. I never thought I was going to grow a mustache, but I did. So now I'm not just a comedian. I'm also a model for salsa bottles. They call me Picante. Yeah, it's been weird. Being married is a new experience for me. I never thought I was going to be married. I used to have a very bad cocaine problem. And that's why if you look really closely into my eyes, you'll just see buttons. So, but I solved my drug problems and went to therapy, and I met a woman on Bumble and we got married. And it's been cool, but I just didn't know that being married was going to come with so much constructive criticism. I wasn't aware of that. Being married is like being a restaurant owner that's just moved in with a Yelp reviewer. So much feedback, it's crazy. but I like it. I mean, I'm a bald guy, right? I'm a bald guy, and I live with a woman and a cat. And here's something I didn't expect. I'm a bald guy, constantly covered in hair. You know how upsetting that is? You know how that makes me feel to be a bald person, constantly covered by the thing I've lost? It's not a good feeling, right? Like imagine losing your legs in a terrible accident and then waking up every morning covered in legs. It's not a good feeling, right? It's not good. My wife is also like kind of like a Dear Abby to her friends. They all call her to ask for advice, and she always tries to help them on speakerphone. And so I walk by and I get to hear pieces of these conversations, right? And the other day I walked by and my wife was talking to her friend, and her friend said, "Hey, I just had a baby, but I don't think I'm going to be able to breastfeed it anymore because it's starting to feel sexual." And I heard this and I was like, "What? Sexual?" And she goes, "Hey, don't judge her. You don't know what it's like to be a woman. You don't know what it's like to have part of your body be food." And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Don't get mad. I understand. You're right. I don't know what it's like to be a woman. I don't know what it's like to have part of my body be used sometimes for sex and sometimes for food. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to turn off sex and turn on food. Like, I've never been sitting on the couch before with a boner and had my wife walk, right? And had my wife walk by and go, "Hey, nice dick." And I'm like, oh, this dick? That's not for you. That's for the baby. Never had to do that. This is the first time I've said "that's for the baby" while having this mustache. I don't think I'm going to say that joke anymore. Makes me uncomfortable too. But it is nice. I like it. I'm enjoying. I've been thinking about a lot of things. I have a lot of religious friends, and one of my religious friends is also a huge James Bond fan. And he's like, "Hey, man, I can't believe they're trying to make a black James Bond." And I'm like, "Why? They made a white Jesus." And he didn't like that at all. And I told him, I go, "Listen, man, I'm an atheist. Don't throw your rules at me, you know?" And he came up to me on stage after I got off stage and he goes, "Hey, man, I wish you just stopped talking about God on stage. God created all of us and you need to respect that." And I'm like, I've read the Bible. I've read the Bible. That's not what it said. It said God created two people and sex created the rest of us. Right? Like, two people is not even impressive. Like, my friend Heather made three people. And Heather barely graduated high school. All right. Thanks a lot, you guys. It's been weird.
American, everybody. Indeed, it has been weird. I just couldn't help thinking, Kevin, who is going to be with us in Two Comedians, he's also a bald guy covered in hair.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
The wrong
just,
side of my face.
Oh, on the other side. Oh, I get it.
Anyway, we have three more comedians, and next up we have from Czech Republic, we have Kristina Haklova.
Yay.
Hello, everyone. Yes, I'm Czech, so it means I'm here to make sure you don't have too much fun, you know, but this time this job is taken by the Finns. Unlike George, I'm sober tonight, not because I would be worried that I embarrass myself. I'm fully planning on doing that. I just want to pronounce the embarrassment properly, you know? And I also want to do other drugs, not for fun. I just use magic mushrooms to moderate my drinking, you know? As you can hear, English is my second language, so I do mistakes and I still don't get some nuances, like I still don't get the difference in between sleeping over and sleeping around. Recently, I learned that being into anal and being anal are two different things. I was writing a joke about circumcision, and for the purpose of a joke, I learned how to pronounce properly uncircumcised penis. Unfortunately, the joke wasn't good enough to make the cat. Yeah, I suffered some losses during the pandemic. I don't know how you guys doing, but I lost my neck to my chin. I tried to do some diets. It wasn't working. I wanted to get myself an eating disorder, but now they call it an intermittent fasting, you know. I got also very weak in the pandemic. I don't know how about you guys, very big. So weak I can't handle a Disney movie anymore. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen Finding Nemo, but they literally put him in an aquarium, you know. I would like to keep a positive attitude, so I have an affirmations to tell to myself. For example, I'm trying to tell myself my body is a temple. My body is a temple. I just wish it was visited more. The other day, I told that line on a different show, and some guy was shouting at me, being like, "But have you seen a temple? They visited quite a lot." And I was a little bit annoyed because I was like, you know, he either didn't get the metaphor of a self-love, or he just called me a hoe. I'm not a hoe, you know. I'm not a hoe. I'm actually a feminist, you know, and not just because I look like one. Yeah, I would like to erase the paycheck gap. You know, I think we deserve the management level payment, so we can have a management level Coke. You know, it's another my dietary plan. You know, call me your manager. If you don't like it, call me your manager and give me his Coke. It's actually my plan. Funny weight about the a funny thing about the weight, I actually do weight the same as Kim Kardashian. It's just distributed differently. There is a news recently. Kim Kardashian became a billionaire. She became a billionaire the old-fashioned woman way, and now it's not by divorce. It's by lowering other women's self-esteem by posting by unrealistic images and then selling them shaping underwear and makeup. So you go, girl.
You go, girl.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to do any news because I knew Tommy would be doing them, but I read this one recently in Texas. They had to put away a wax figure of Donald Trump because it was beaten too badly, you know. And in the article, the manager was saying, you know, all presidents actually get roughened up. It's just the way it is. And apparently the wax figure of Barack Obama lost its ears 6 times. It's not even a joke. It made my day. Yeah, guys, I'm single. I've been single for a while, and I'm missing bars because at the bars, you can just approach someone, offer him a drink. It usually works for me, mainly because I'm aiming at underage boys, and it's working wonders. But I also tried a dating app briefly. It told me, Google told me I should put a good picture there. Unfortunately, last good picture of me was taken in 1997. Back then, you can easily mistake it. Thank you, Richard. I was alive back then. Back then, you can easily mistaken me for a pretty boy. So I used the picture on both apps, Tinder and Grindr, to a huge success with priests. And with that, I'm handing over to Harry Sonila.
That is me. Thank you, Christina. We have two more comedians left, and let's keep moving because we don't have a lot of time. So give it up for Long John, the comedian from Zimbabwe.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me properly? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. First of all, I once ate a baboon. Let's start from there. Okay. Let's just start from there. Let me just explain why I ate a baboon. I see the reason why is because things were bad in Zimbabwe for a while. They've been bad since 2008. Like there was so much inflation in our country. I once got a haircut for $2 million. Yeah. And the inflation was so bad, by the time the guy finished cutting my hair, it was 20 billion. Like I'm still paying back the money till today. So if you cash on you, if you had money, you had to spend it very quick before it loses value, which means if you hire a prostitute, premature ejaculation was an economic decision. Okay, it was to save money. You had to do it very quick, very, very quick. So people started avoiding to use money. We started avoiding to use money. So what we started doing is started using livestock as the new currency, which makes sense. But the only problem is people start showing up to the strip club with chickens now. Like imagine a stripper was dancing, doing a thing, someone's throwing a chicken. Quack, 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 quack. Yeah, shake it. Making it rain here. It was bad. There was issues of food. There was no food in Zimbabwe. No food. The only time we could eat a proper meal was during a wedding or a funeral. Now, I used to get excited when someone died in my village. For real. I'm like, wait a minute, Thomas' father died. Ha! Chicken tonight. Yes. Chicken. We even have a rule in our culture. We say chikafu cheparufu achirambwe, which translates to it's forbidden to refuse funeral food. Doesn't matter if you're allergic to the food, because if you die from it, that means chicken twice. I mean, for real, man. So there was no food in Zimbabwe, no money, no food. So what we started doing is start going to other countries to look for jobs. So going to Kenya, to start going to South Africa to look for jobs. But they complain like, oh my God, these Zimbabweans are stealing our jobs. These foreigners are stealing our jobs. How do you steal a job? That's my question. How do you steal it? Do you go to the factories with a gun? Like, okay, everybody get down. Get down. I want to clean these dirty floors now. Give me the broom. Give me the freaking broom. Look at me. Look at me. I'm the janitor now. like it doesn't make any sense, right? So yeah, man, things are bad. So I ate a baboon, and there had to be rules of eating a baboon. You know, the first rule was when you eat a baboon, you're not allowed to call it a baboon because you don't want your neighbors to know that you're eating a baboon. So every time when you eat the baboon, you're like, this chicken is nice. Huh? And the second rule of eating a baboon is you're not allowed to eat the hands, because I don't know if you know this. Baboon hands look like human hands. So imagine if you eat them and they're actually delicious. Start getting ideas, giving long handshakes. Like, look at your hand. Finger licking good here. That's finger licking. Yeah, man. So yeah, it's crazy, man. I've been traveling also. I've been traveling, and they make it tough for us Africans to go to countries like UK. Like I've seen there are people from England. It's tough for us Zimbabweans to go to England because they ask us stupid questions. They asked me, have you ever been involved in any terrorist activities? Guys, I come from the village. I don't know anything about terrorism. For example, when they announced that there was a bomb at our post office, the whole village ran to see the bomb. Like everyone was there. Like, where is the bomb? Like my kids want to see the bomb now. People were taking photos of the bomb. Like it was so bad. Guys, it was so bad. The bomb was stolen. Like till today, we don't know where the bomb is. We don't know anything about terrorism. But when you go to countries like UK, USA, it's a real thing. Guys, I was at Heathrow Airport, one of the biggest airports I've ever seen in my life. Huge. There was a big sign that said, if you see anything suspicious, say something, like in capital letters. If you see anything suspicious, say something. Now, I was walking around trying to find something suspicious without realizing that I was now suspicious. And the guy's like, hey, you look suspicious. I was like, I know. You too. We should say something. So So we said something, and the security started searching our bags, and he took a bottle of lotion from a bag. Like, say, this is not allowed on board. What am I going to do with the bottle of lotion, guys? So it's not like I'm going to hijack a plane with the bottle of cocoa butter. Like, okay, everybody get down or else. It doesn't make any sense, right? Doesn't make any sense. But traveling, like, I'm learning a lot of things, man. I'm now using words I never used in my life, like being jet lagged. Honestly, when I was in the village, I used to think that being jet lagged meant that you can run very fast. It made sense to me, like jet lagged. We used to watch the Olympics, like, hey, look at Usain Bolt. He's so jet lagged. Look at him. So, hey. That's how we used to watch the Olympics. But now I'm traveling. I realize that being jet lagged actually depends with your race. You see, for white people, being jet lagged is getting tired of flying. But for black people, being jet lagged is a way of letting everybody know that you can afford it. Like, guys, I'll never forget the first time I was in an airplane. I was jet lagged for 4 months. Like, I made sure I let everybody know that I was jet lagged. For real. So, and then another thing that I realized that is so different, man, like around the world, is the N-word, like the word nigger. Yeah, thank you, man. The word nigger. It means something different in Africa. Like every time I watch TV, you know, these niggas are always making it rain. Yeah, nigga, what? Making it rain. They're bitches shaking their asses. They're flashing money. Watching this, I'm like, when I grow up, I want to be a nigger. That was my dream, to be a nigger when I grow up. Because honestly, we in Africa, we believe that nigga is how you walk, you know, how you talk, how much money you have. Honestly, if a white person called me a nigga, I'll look him straight in his eyes and I'll be like, thank you for noticing. I'm a nigga. Thank you very much, guys. You've been a great audience. You've been a great, I don't know, whatever.
Yes, we've been a great bunch of comedians.
Yes.
There's a few non-comedians, I think, in the room as well. But we are almost done here. We have one more comedian left. He comes from Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, and his name is Kevin J.
Hey.
Hello, everybody. Yes, my name is Kevin J. I'm from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and yeah, it's great. It's great that you know, everybody forgot to think that inviting someone from Malaysia to a cannabis comedy festival where Malaysia has the death penalty for drugs. Well done, guys. I couldn't promote this show because I'm a criminal now. Doing this show is actually fucking putting me in jail. Yeah, news this week. Yeah, guess what? Who's getting the news this week, guys? It's me. Good work.
Thank you for being here.
Great research for this. All right. You know what? I'm surprised we didn't get someone from Singapore as well. You know, if you land, if you've ever flown in a plane to Singapore, you get the announcement: drugs are illegal, and if you have drugs, we will hang you. We will kill you. And yeah, that's the welcome message. And well done. Don't go to Singapore. Come to Malaysia, where weed is illegal, but we still get it. It's it's nice. Thank you for having me. Yeah, Tommy, you did the news of Europe. You did the news of America. Where's the news of Asia? What happened? Nothing happened in Asia.
I'm sorry. My apologies.
Yeah, you sound like fucking the Malaysian news right now. I'm sorry, there's no news. But yeah, no, we do have news. We do have news in Malaysia. Everything happens in Malaysia. There's a lot of things that happen in Malaysia. Like for instance, apparently Thailand. I don't know if you know this. Thailand is the first Asian country to legalize marijuana, which is great. Which is great news for a lot of people. Malaysia wants to legalize weed as well. The conversations are happening. Not a lot, but the conversations are happening. And I don't think that Malaysia should legalize weed because, let's face it, Malaysians are too slow to do anything. It's just one of those things. Weed is just going to hamper a lot of things. Don't do it. If you want to legalize anything, legalize meth. Then if you want to fuck it up, fuck it all the way. Right? That's what I'm saying. It's 9 a.m. in Malaysia right now, and I'm already drunk. So let's get on with the show. it's one of those things where, you know, I'm just going to tell you a story about the news that in Malaysia of the greatest love story ever told, right? There was this article in Malaysia. This is absolutely true. You can Google it. So the headline, when I was scrolling through my news feed, this headline popped up, and I thought this was the best headline I've ever seen in my entire life, right? So the headline goes, "Man farts on wife's face, charged," right? So yeah, I know, charged in court, which means there is a case in court for this. There is a judge listening to this case. There is a lawyer defending this man who allegedly farted on his wife's face. Now, look, I clicked on the article, and the first paragraph says that this man is facing $5,000 bail and 2 years in jail. Right? How smelly was this fart that this is considered attempted murder? Right? Like, how bad can this? What did he eat? Like, how bad can this fart be? And I looked at this article and I thought to myself, I needed to know what happened. I need to know what happened, right? So I scrolled down and there was this paragraph that explained what happened. Now, what happened was the wife was cooking in the kitchen and she ran out of gas, cooking gas. Right now in Malaysia, we get the canisters where you hook it up to your hob and you get the gas, right? And so what she did was she had to go to her husband and ask him to buy some gas. And guess what? The husband didn't want to go. He was angry. In fact, he got so angry that he decided to stand up, pull his pants down, aim his asshole to her face, and fart on her face. What level of anger is this? How angry do you have to be that your thought process is, I am so angry at this woman that I'm going to shout at her? No, that is not enough. I know. I will flip this table. No, that is not enough. I am going to fart on her face. That would teach her. That would bring the message across that I'm going to pull down my pants and I'm going to fart on her face, and credit to the guy who had one in the chamber already, right? Because let's face it, if this guy had to force a fart at that time, this could go terribly wrong. Yeah, you know, like all I'm saying is, look, if he's there going, I just want to fart on your face. Give me a minute. I can't. I've got a hernia. And then, like, you know, like how bad can this be? I was just thinking to myself at that point, like, I've been married for 12 years. For 12 years, guys. And in 12 years, I've never, ever farted on my wife's face on purpose. And there is a reason for this, because first of all, I didn't know it was illegal. And second of all, like, if he's getting 2 years in jail, I'll get the death penalty, which is apparently quite, you know, I'm getting it anyway. Now, here's the thing. This man is being charged in court, which means that at one point, this lady had to make a 911 call or a police report, right? Depending on where you are. And she had to tell another human being this story, right? She had to like, you know, she had to tell a policeman, like, you need to send someone right now because my husband just farted on my face. Right? How do you react to something like that? How, as a policeman or a 911 operator, do you react to something like that? Right? Do you think it's a joke? Right? No, all I'm saying is, like, I don't know what investigations were done. I don't know what questions were asked. But if I was in that episode of Law and Order Malaysia, I only had one question, right? One question which I'd asked the wife, which is, the whole time your husband was standing up, pulling his pants down and aiming his asshole to your face, what were you doing? Were you just standing there going, I wonder what he's going to do? Then maybe you deserve it. That's all I'm saying, right? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to my stories. Good morning.
Kevin J, everybody. This has been a fantastic show. Thank you, everybody, so much for coming on. And Tommy has a little announcement before we sign off and give the space to the next show. Tommy.
Hi guys, thanks Harry. I just wanted to tell you something personal because I've loved doing these Zoom mics. This is a lot of fun. I've loved meeting all of you. You're my friends now. So I want to tell you that today my sister Satu is getting married.
Woo!
This is
Mazel,
completely true. This is not a
mazel.
joke. So it's now 3 a.m. in Finland. I'm not going to sleep, and then I'm going to wake up and go to a wedding. And I just have to tell someone. So I'm telling you.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
that's all.
Congratulations, man.
Nice.
There is love in the
Great.
world.
Again,
Are you doing a
thanks-
tight 10 in
thanks
the wedding?
everybody. Sorry.
No, not yet. I'm not allowed on stage at the wedding. I don't think.
Bring the
we
news.
have less than 1 minute left, so I just wanted to thank you,
That's
all of the performers one more time. It's been a wonderful show, and whatever time it is in your time zone, please get drunk tonight. There are sober children in Africa.
Wait, what?
And I'm sorry, Kevin. I'm so sorry to hear about your impending death sentence. It's been lovely having you on the shows.
Hey, Hadi.
Hey.
Great show tonight. Really quickly, just want to also throw in for everybody here. There's 2 more shows coming up after this one. If you guys want to see, there's the Hot Breath Comedy Showcase. That's going to be hosted by Joel Byers. And then at 8 o'clock is the End of the World set list, which is going to be hosted by Kurt Seablum, which, if you know, set list is all improv. And there's all the other breakout rooms that you guys can go perform on. Tommy, whatever, if you guys want to go do sets. There's a whole bunch of breakout rooms open right now. Just message the hosts, tell them that you were in this show, and I'm sure they'll be able to find a space for you on what they got going on. So anyway, just wanted to thank you guys again. Really great show tonight. And by the way, if you're not members, join Rampantly. And if you are members, download the app. I got to keep saying that also. Hadi, go ahead and close it, man. You really did a great job tonight.
I thought I already closed it.
Oh.
Thank everybody one more time.
Bye.
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 Thank you for
Yeah,
listening.
da, 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 da.